Hey there, this is Naman. I hope you're doing well. Today, I want to share with you an automation that can actually automate like 87% of your business entirely. Now, why do I say 87%? Because obviously, there are still some parts like customer service, providing the actual pest control service to the customer, and customer support, like handling calls, handling any queries, any complaints, and actually having a conversation with the customer that still needs the human touch to it. But besides that, in the backend, everything can actually be automated with this single automation that we just created for pest control businesses just like yours. And yeah, without further ado, I will get straight into it. All right. So as you can see, I've named this particular automation or this particular system as Pest Control Power Flow. And what does it help you out with? It helps you out with all of these things. So it automates your booking and your revenue collection. It improves efficiency and even improves customer experience within your pest control business. And it also helps you with collecting data from your customer and repeating business. Now, let me go ahead and tell you how this particular automation works. So first, we focus on this part, which is basically getting new clients to your business. Then we focus on this particular part, which is basically automating the backend system. Like whenever a client books a meeting, then whatever things happen in the backend, assigning technicians, sending them a confirmation message, sending them maybe pre-service instructions and all those kind of stuff. It is taken care by this particular section over here. Now, this section is the section where the actual service progress can be shared with the client. And by the end, we also get some data collected and even get some reviews collected from the client. So starting from the top, getting the clients to actually book a meeting with you. Now, this particular section includes three different sections. The first one is an automated call. So let's say if a client calls you out of the blue, then the automated AI bot picks up the call and has a conversation with the client. Now, this particular AI bot is actually trained and knows how to qualify that client. Now, if the client is qualified, then the automated AI guides them through the appointment booking process, and the client eventually books a meeting or books an appointment. Now, the second way is through an AI chatbot, which is basically when a client visits your website, they are greeted with this particular AI chatbot. Again, this chatbot is also trained and knows how to qualify a prospect, how to qualify a client. Once the chatbot has qualified the client, it again guides them through the entire appointment booking process, and the client ends up booking an appointment with your company. Now, the third way is through paid ads. So we run ads on Google, and these ads lead the client or the visitor to a particular landing page where they fill up the form. Once they fill up the form, they are sent a link to book an appointment. They book an appointment after that. So that's basically how the client would book an appointment, how you would acquire new clients. Moving on to the next section. Once the appointment is booked, the client is sent an automated confirmation message, and a technician is assigned to that particular client based on the appointment details and based on the availability of that particular technician. Now, once these things are done, the next step is really interesting. It optimizes the entire day's route for that particular technician, and the technician receives a GPS link, a simple GPS link, where he just needs to click on that link and he gets the optimized route in his phone. So he can follow that route for the entire day. Now, once the locations are updated, the optimization of the route is done. The client receives pre-service instructions if there are any, and 24 hours before the appointment, the client is sent a confirmation message asking them, is their house ready? Have they completed all the pre-service requirements in order to proceed with the service? If the client says no, then we ask them if they would like to reschedule or not. If they don't want to reschedule, we add them to a sequence where they are nurtured, and we try to get them to rebook in the future. If they want to reschedule, we send them a reschedule link. And even after sending the reschedule link, if they do not book, then again, they are added to that same nurture sequence where we try to get them to rebook. And if they book, then again, the whole process starts from sending the service instructions. Now, let's say they confirm by saying yes to the confirmation message. What happens is uh, in the morning of that particular appointment, the technician receives the entire GPS coordinate for each and every client. So they receive that link and they just have to click on that link. Now they have got an optimized route. The technician arrives at the service location, starts with the service, and they can share live progress through photos, text messages to the client. And the good thing about this is that the technician or the client, they both don't have to share their personal details with each other. It is all handled through an online tool, an online CRM tool, where they do not have to share any details with each other. Once the once the service is done, the client receives an automated invoice. They pay the invoice, and after paying the invoice, we move on to the next step where we send them a feedback message asking them how was the service. And this particular message, when the client replies, this message is sent to AI, and the AI bifurcates depending on whether the message, the feedback received is positive or negative. If the feedback received is positive, then we send them another message with an incentive, an added incentive of a discount coupon and a Google review link. Once they leave the Google review link, once they leave a Google review, they receive that particular discount coupon. Now, if the feedback is negative, then a task is created for the office manager to reach out to them and ask them what went wrong. Now, once all of this is completed, again, the clients are added to a nurture sequence where we upsell them in the future. And that's how we also achieve repeat business through this automation. So this automation, pest control power flow, this is how the entire automation actually automates majority of your business. Again, why majority? Because there are some things where human touch is needed, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what do you think about this.